In order to support UyghurMan in our endeavors to produce the best content, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. For as low as $3 a month, you will have early access to our content, exclusive posts, Patreon-only content, insider looks behind the scenes of UyghurMan, names included in the credits of each episode, and much more for other tiers, although we urge you to at least get Tier 1. For those who are more generous, we have a Tier 2 and Tier 3, which include everything mentioned in Tier 1 and a few more benefits. By subscribing, you will be helping us move towards this as a full-time job, thereby freeing up our time to focus solely on bringing you the best content. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/UyghurMan. Also, the link can be found in the description below. Thank you.
Man,
Yes.
so that's what happened to me today. So what do you think about what's going on and what's happening and who is winning?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that there's one of the big things is an information war going on between the different countries. Like when China first found out about the coronavirus, they didn't really release the information so quickly. I mean, I think you even did a video where one of the doctors that first spoke about it was silenced, he was censored.
Yeah. Li Wenliang doctor, yeah, Chinese doctor, right? You're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
silenced. And so how
And
can people
also died by this virus, you know?
right,
They
right,
reported it, but some people said they got murdered by Chinese government. I don't know, but
right. And it's
yeah,
it's
it's
like what an irony, you know, he was warning people and he died from it. So uh we should have taken the warning first, but then at still it ends up being like China is it seems like China was trying to contain the information about how bad the situation is over there, and they spun the whole thing into a kind of political campaign, what it looks like for the
yeah. It
Chinese
for
Communist
them it's
Party.
like oh, they're
Because,
strategy, making some
right,
plan, and they're doing something, man.
right, right. So
It's
it
nothing
ended
just
up
a random thing. If it random happen, everyone come together and solve it done, right? But they were
right,
hiding something, playing some their game, you know, now and then and then change the name of the virus. Then said, oh, maybe not from us. After a week, they said it's from the U.S. What, you know? They're playing games and
right.
bullshit game.
Yeah, no, and like so that's definitely one of the things that I wanted to talk about was there's one of the latest articles that came out on the New York Times was that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in China, one of the officials was retweeting information that was suggesting that the U.S. Sent their army there with the virus, and
Yeah. I just found this article too. Hold on, I will show you.
all right,
Yeah, you can see my screen. No, you
yes,
cannot. Oh, you can.
um,
Through the
wait.
yeah this article, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You're
Yep.
right.
Uh,
That's
I mean, and like it kind of goes to say is because at first when it did come out, the some of the information on the U.S. side was trying to suggest that the lab, because there was a like a bio like virology lab, I'll call it, like a research center in Wuhan
yeah.
that studies these kind of deadly viruses. So a lot of people started, there were like two different kinds of information. One was that maybe it leaked out of the lab, and
Yeah.
another one was that maybe that this is actually bioengineered and it's actually being used as a weapon. So if you look at that side of it, then it took some time and it spun around, because even before this, I had been seeing some information coming out of China already suggesting, as soon as they heard that the US was suggesting it's the virology lab, they started suggesting that it's an attack from the US. So like, you see, there's a kind of
They didn't even
a war, but of information, you know, like
Yeah,
how to control.
on one way they're talking about this is just from the bat, blah blah, right? And on the other ways he said it's from US. What?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
you trying to make some conspiracy here, or what do you want? Or
You know, and like,
they're
I mean,
just playing something, you know?
a lot of times when you put out like a lot of different information, it becomes very hard to know which one to believe, because now there's maybe 10 different
confusing
theories.
people, and then everyone is losting, and they want to get more information, but they can't. A lot of
You
people
can't
really
get
pissed
it right.
off right now.
Yes.
I mean,
And
that's
this actually ends up being like, from the beginning, it has to be that China wasn't handling the situation so good from the beginning, and it ended up being an outbreak over there. But if you look at the actions that they took, it looks like they started taking actions late. So everything, it's like a domino effect. They started taking care of things late. Then in other countries, they also had to react late to that. So it's hard to contain something like that if everyone is behind the, you know, schedule.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's and they have a very detailed they made very detailed about how America which day what they did. Didn't I forgot where it is, but I saw a post today. It's like describing how China, like American army, did this for whole the process. They September 7th, they did this, that. They go to different.
They said
It's
back in October. So it's like, how they know the specific? Like, they know specifically when they came and released.
It seems like they already got like all the evidence, and then but.
And you would think, like, okay, if they have that much information, then why wasn't this released? Why didn't they tell everyone about it in November? You know, if they people the US was there releasing viruses. So you see that's just kind of more.
They were playing around, like they arrested the truth talker, like those doctors, right? And then said, oh, this is nothing about this cannot infect between the people to people. You cannot transfer between the people to person, right? And then after December, like January, they start saying, oh, this is about this can transfer from one person to another.
Right.
You know, they arrested there's like a 2 months delay. All the information the world don't know. We just heard about, oh, there's some flu or something like going on, and they tried to stop. They tried to like block all the information. Why does it do that if it's like bad, or if it's America? If America did something to them, right?
Right.
Why does it hide the information? You have to let the world know how America send and try to kill your people.
No,
why you
exactly.
Hide it, right? Yeah. Why you hide it then?
So
Let
those
the
are
people see, who is killing who. Yeah, they playing like a lie game. I mean, for my English, I just say lie game. They just lie, right? They fund it from the lie, you know, lie. Everything is fake. And then they have to finish this regime by covering that lie with another lie, another bigger lie, another. Then this is never end. Now they try to lie to hold the world, like Chinese propaganda is worldwide.
By now, it's already obvious that, you know, that that they're not so truthful. For example, we all knew about the Huawei, one of the technology, like the officers, like the CEO of
Yeah.
Huawei, the phone,
Oh
when
yeah.
people found out that they were using this technology to, to spy, because they were building a lot of 5G networks, that then they would then be able to spy on people's information to feed their artificial intelligence programs. Like, it was discovered, like, it's clear, like, in their phones they're tapping and stealing people's information without their knowledge, but they flat out denied it. Like, they just said no, it's not true. Because all their companies have to bow down to the Communist Party. Like, they can't, if they ask them for data of 100 million people, 200 million people, they have to give it. But they would come out and say, no, nah, we don't do this. This is, they just try to pretend like it's not something that happens normally, while it's something that goes on like on an everyday basis in China. So it's a trend, it's a trend of, okay, if you guys have never been truthful before. I mean, they got criticism back in I think it was 2002 or 2003 when the SARS virus broke out, which is also another part of the coronavirus family type of things. And there was criticism on China because of that as well, because they were also slow to produce information for people to see. And the same thing, like, you can't contain a virus if one country is not being so truthful with the world.
Yes. Now it's like, if you look at the deaths number now from Chinese information, like, they control so good for those 1.4 billion population, only have 3,000 people dead, and just twice as big as number from Italy right now. Italy has 1,500 people dead already, half of the Chinese number from the China.
No, you see, and
yeah,
so
it's
that
reached that fast, and like,
plays into the disinformation campaign, because
and
if we're not able to know how many people died from it, then how do we try and prevent it? Because if they're reporting only 3,000 people died while 100,000 people died, it would be a lot more. There would be a bigger reaction from world governments if they heard that 100,000 people have died from this. They would have acted more quickly. But because they were giving statistics like, oh yeah, no, it's a low death rate, only old people die from, like, they were just giving a whole bunch of misinformation.
Different.
And we don't even know if we can believe their numbers. That's one of the very scary things,
No, you can never believe. That's like impossible.